There are two additional standalone programs included with MetaStock: Downloader and Option Scope. Let's start with Downloader. Downloader allows us to work with securities in a spreadsheet format. For example, why don't we open up a security and take a look at the information? We go to Open, and let's choose, let's say, IBM. So we scroll through, find IBM, and open. You can see that the data is displayed in a standard spreadsheet format. Let's open it up a little bit. Here you can see the various fields. We can modify data if we need to. There can be mistakes in information if you were downloading security data from the internet or from a server. This you can enter yourself. But when working with hundreds of securities, I don't think you want to add all the information yourself. So this will be used primarily for correcting mistakes. The other function that Downloader provides is the downloading of daily database updates. In order to get a daily download, we go to the Tools menu. You see the different options that we have here, but we're going to go down and we're going to select Vendor Options. Here's a list of the different vendors we can work with that come with the program. There's Reuters, Signal, Telescan, MarketScan, Dow Jones, CompuServe, DIA Data. In this section you have the different networks that you can work with to connect. Let's go over to CompuServe. In this section we'd enter our user ID and password, then the country that we were accessing it from, and then down below that, the area code and phone number. We'd click Apply, etc. Another function available in the Downloader is the ability to create composite securities. Now, what's a composite security? Well, it's a relationship between two securities, a primary and a secondary. Here we'd place the name, and then down below that we would add the additional information. We'd select our primary. In this case, why don't we scroll down and we'll pick Bank of America. And we pick our secondary. Let's pick another bank. And we'll go down and we'll choose Citicorp. So here's our primary and secondary. Also, we have the operations that we want to incorporate with this. We'll leave it as divide, and we'll leave units and decimals. We click Create. First we have to enter a name. So let's enter a name of it. We'll use BAC/CCI. Let's go take a look at what this looks like. We're going to scroll down and we're going to find it. Here it is, BAC/CCI. We open it up, and here's our comparison between these two securities. The Downloader also lets us work with the info in our database. We go to Tools again, and you can see we have Delete, Merge, Sort, Test, Convert, so on and so forth. We can also look at our composite as a chart. We'll open it up. We scroll down to the bottom. Here it is. And we're going to click on Open. And here it is. Now let's change it from bars to a simple line chart. This shows us the relationship between Bank of America and Citibank prices. Now why don't we take a look at the next item. It's the other standalone program, and it's called Option Scope. This works with the Blacks and Scholes model and allows us to calculate various items used in working with options. We'll run through a quick example of how this is used. Let's work with IBM. So in order to do this, we'll go back to the main MetaStock window. We'll close the open charts, and then we'll go to Open, and we'll open up IBM. There it is. Then we'll zoom in and open up the data window, and we'll get the information for the last day that we have here. And the last day's closing price is $106, or $106. We'll remember this, and we'll go back to Option Scope. Here we are. And we'll enter the calculation date. And that's going to be September 30th, 1997. Then we're going to enter the expiration date. And as you remember, the expiration is on the third Friday of every month. Then we're going to enter our 106 in the security line. That's the price of the underlying asset. And let's say we want to calculate this for an option having a strike of $105. One contract. And here we can enter what we're working with. In this case, let's say we're interested in a long call. In this area, we have to enter volatility. And this is historical volatility. So in order to do that, we go back to our chart. We have to insert the indicator that we need. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find option volatility. We're going to click and drag that, drop, and then we point to the last point on that for the last day, and we can see that option volatility is 22.48. So we go back to option scope, and in the volatility line we enter 22.48. Click enter, and it runs the calculations for us. You can see that for the information we entered, we have the following points. The theoretical or fair value of this particular option should be 2.69, delta of 60%, gamma of 7, 17 days left in life, theta is 0.065, and vega is 0.088. Now what's the practical application of this information? Well, looking at just the value of an option, we can compare the actual value of our option to the calculated fair value. As a rule, the actual value is greater than the theoretical value, like the one we've just calculated. However, some options have disproportionately high values as compared to other options issued on the same underlying asset. This is why the use of theoretical models is a must. This concludes our review of the MetaStock program. We hope this gives you a good idea of what's out there to help you with your trading.